The Pac-12 champions go unbeaten at home for the second straight year.
Welcome to Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A Visa debit card. Show your Wildcat spirit and get your free debit card today. Visit them at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.
Coach, it was a senior Saturday to remember for your basketball team, not only winning the game, having clinched the championship, a chance to cut down the nets. When you stood at center court and addressed the 14,600 there at McHale Center, what was that feeling like for you?
Well, it's the greatest feeling in the world. You know, number one, we're celebrating a regular season conference championship, which I think every coach feels the same way as I do, and that is it's one of the hardest things to do in our sport because it's an 18-game, really grind, 9 on the road, 9 at home. Playing on these away games are never easy, especially in the Pac-12 with the way our travel is, where you leave and you generally play 2 games. And then obviously with us, I think coming off the heels of a year ago, I believe that, you know, we're that team, especially this year, that got everybody's best, whether it was the best crowd or, you know, a highly motivated team. So I give our guys a lot of credit. I think the fact we were 16-2, undefeated at home in McHale, it's a very special feeling. And the other part of it is, you know, a weekend in McHale to finish out the regular season championship, which we cut down the nets. We do it in front of what I think are the greatest fans in the world, and really just an amazing day outside with the weather. It's one of those moments that I think you soak in all of the off season you think about, and really you work hard to replicate it, to hopefully be able to do something like that again in the future.
A lot of those great fans will be in Las Vegas for the Pac-12 tournament, and they will hopefully help carry your team, but obviously the guys go to win the game. So is there some formula to winning 3 games in 3 days in a tournament setting like this?
Well, we've been at it 6 times, you know, or this will be our 6th time under my direction. And, you know, one of the things that I always look at is how have we played? And, you know, we've played very well in the tournament. We've advanced, I think, to the semifinals 4 different times, and championship game 3 times. And we've pulled up short. We've lost in some great games. Even the semifinal game a couple of years ago against UCLA was just one of those hard-fought battles from start to finish. And that's what happens in March. Players and teams, everybody's fighting for a lot. Not only the conference tournament championship, but berths in the NCAA tournament. So I think part of how we play is determined with how motivated we are, how hard we're playing. And in our case, because we're playing, I believe, our best basketball of the year, can we be ourselves? You know, can we take what we just did this past weekend onto a neutral court in Las Vegas and do it? And it starts with you never get to game 2 unless you're ready for game 1. So the 3 games in 3 days, we're not there yet. We're going to play the winner of Cal and Washington State. We're familiar with both, especially Cal because we just played them this past weekend. So we have to take advantage of the fact we didn't have to play on Wednesday and they did, and be ready to go.
In the desert Southwest, there is a dominant force, delivering powerful results with unmatched capabilities and dynamic leadership. From the people who brought you U of A debit cards and banking at your fingertips, Hughes Federal Credit Union.
Hughes, that's my team. Let's do this.
Wow, an Academy Award winner, right, Wilbur?
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union.
Sean, you mentioned earlier that your team's playing its best basketball right now, 8-game winning streak going into the Pac-12 tournament. Is that when this started, when the team started playing its best basketball, or does it date even earlier than that?
Well, I believe we've learned from all 3 of our losses, and you know, we're proud to say that we've only lost 3 times. That's not very easy to do, but in our team's case, I think there were real lessons to be learned with how we lost each of those 3 games. And really, I think from our coaching staff's perspective, taking a look at each one of those games and learning more about our team and the players and what we needed to do to improve. And And I believe that we have done that. Our last loss was at Arizona State, and our effort level wasn't what it needed to be. And I don't say that to take anything away from ASU's performance, because on that particular night they played very well, very together, passed the ball, moved it, and hit the shots they needed to hit. But we had something to do with that, and I think we all came to grips with, if we wanted to be a special team and have this type of season, that we needed to play games so that if we lose, we don't ever have that same feeling again. That was our last lesson, and since then, we've really focused on playing the game hard, effort, running hard, playing hard, our bench coming in and kind of doing their job. And slowly but surely, with each practice and game, you can really start to sense that we're better than we've been.
There's that old saying in basketball, I don't know if it's that old, but coaches say that a team will advance as far as its backcourt will carry it. You love your guard play, so do you see your team as having that capability based on the play of your guards this year?
Yes, and last year it was really Nick Johnson and TJ McConnell. Great experience. Both guys in a way were floor generals. They did it on offense and defense, and I thought in a lot of ways they carried a lot of the success that we had a year ago. This year TJ's back, and we're able to play Parker some off the bench, and he's done a great job coming in, taking care of the ball. And then obviously Stanley Johnson, welcoming more of a wing player at that position, a freshman. And I think part of our team's improvement, Brian, coincides with Stanley's continued maturity and growth, where he's just better across the board in all that we do, which includes his own daily approach. And I think as his own practice habits and daily approach continued to get better, so did our team around him. And I think so. You have Stanley, you have TJ, you have Parker, and then obviously Gabe York, who I don't know if he gets enough credit, how well he's played and the things that he's done. It wasn't too long ago that he was our backup point guard when Parker went down. So Gabe's done a great job. Gabe has been a much better player as a junior than he was at any time as a sophomore, and it's exciting to see him play well too.
Thank you for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card. Visit them at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.